it does not make you an expert at it. So I'm saying to you, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a business owner out there and you're trying to do your own thing, take the time to learn from someone who really knows, okay? Who really knows. Not someone who can show you, just a quick glimpse on TV of their increased numbers or their revenue, their sales, because it doesn't matter if you have $1 million in sales, but it took you $900,000 in advertising to get that $1 million in sales. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is profit. So why am I making this video today? I am making this video and you are listening to this podcast because I want you to know that there is an erosion of real skill out there when it comes specifically to marketing. And also there's so many quote unquote business experts who call themselves business experts when they've only picked up a course here or there. There are no copy points for this show today. I'm just coming to you off the, I guess you could say, if I was in the hip hop game, off the top of my dome. But I'm really coming to you from the bottom of my heart about the erosion in expertise when it comes to specific industries, industries that I particularly reside in, or just business in general. Now, before we get started in that, as I always do, I always like to recommend a book to you to read, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for that entrepreneur motivation. You need good books. And of course, there are your classics like The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. There's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And there are a host of other books that have been written and that have stood the test of time. And they are go-to staples when it comes to positive thinking and positive mindset and a winner's mentality, and just to help you as an entrepreneur in general. And what I like to do is bring to you some books that you may or may not know about, but I think that these books can serve a motivation to you to actually help you along your journey of delivering and creating value to the world. Now, the book for this week is The Art and Science of Respect by James Prince. Now, you know who James Prince is, right? Let me just read the back of this. For decades, serial entrepreneur James Prince presided over Rap-A-Lot Records, one of the first and most successful independent rap labels. Okay, now I just received this book, and I'm actually on page 73 of this book. But so far in this book, I got to tell you, this book really resonates with me, and let me tell you why. It resonates with me because, one, I'm from Houston, and two, if you look at the humble beginnings of James Prince, then you'll know that any and all things are possible, especially when you're reading his stories. Like, so far, my favorite chapter is Breaking the Poverty Curse. And that, I think, is a great segue into today's show. And that is the erosion of expertise and, delivering something to you that you can take with you, that can resonate with you and help you along your entrepreneur journey. But again, you can pretty much get this book everywhere. It's The Art and Science of Respect, a memoir by James Prince. Definitely pick this book up. This is a fantastic book. Okay, so now on to the topic today: the erosion of expertise. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, so many of you who know my background know that I came up in radio and television as a marketer, as an advertiser, as a person who's actually run an ad agency, AR Merit, and also as a person who has handled big accounts such as Apple, Sony, Wrigley's, and more, right? But on the radio side, working for such companies as Clear Channel, Radio One, and Cumulus Broadcasting. Now, if you've noticed, scrolling through your feed, there are the simple word to say there are tons and tons and tons of quote unquote marketing gurus that have quote unquote figured it out. Okay, they are telling you how you can successfully run your business if you purchase their course for $9.97. Now, first and foremost, I got to say this: marketing right now is inundated with people who really don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing is inundated with self-proclaimed gurus. Now, here is the truth about all of that. Now, many of these marketing guys who are selling these courses to you actually make the majority of their money not off of landing clients and actually performing say marketing, whether it's social media marketing, SEM, which is search engine marketing, for actual clients, but they're making more off of you actually purchasing their course. Now, you say, well, AJ, why are you giving me this backstory? Because I'm gonna give you the backstory on how all of this is actually leading to the erosion of expertise. Now, as a former marketer, well, I'm always a marketer because by definition, marketing simply is everything, whether it's advertising, sales, PR. It's everything that it takes to actually generate the actual sale itself. So it's promotions, it's advertising, and when you look at it, marketing or advertising per se is broken down into, say, what we call traditional media and new media. Traditional media, of course, is radio, television, newspaper, billboard, all the stuff that you're used to. If you're of a certain age, all the stuff that you're used to coming up as a kid. Okay. Now, new media, however, is all the internet marketing stuff and the social media marketing, the SEO, and it's all of those different things. Now, what happens a lot of times when these social media marketers actually sell with these quote unquote self-proclaimed gurus sell these courses, what they're doing is they're teaching those people that actually show up on your doorstep. If you're a business owner trying to sell you marketing services, they're teaching them how to do simple things like Facebook advertising or Instagram advertising or YouTube advertising, all of which they really don't have to pay these guys. In fact, Facebook has an entire course on how to advertise on this platform. All you have to do is Google Facebook Blueprint, okay? And you'll get the free course. So why pay when you can do that? Plus, there are tons and tons of videos on YouTube that'll teach you how to advertise on all of these platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, which are one and the same, okay? Same company, just different ways on how the ads have to be in terms of dimensions and stuff like that. But then there's also the YouTube advertising, and then there's PPC, pay-per-click, all those different things. Like all of those different things that I just mentioned, those things are what we call new media, or just it's the internet marketing, okay, or digital marketing. Now, so the erosion of skill. I always like to start with a story, right? And so our company actually got out of the quote unquote marketing game. Like every now and then we'll do something for a client, and when they say, well, hey, can you please just help us out? Can you place ads for us and devise a strategy, because we track the customer journey. We use analytics. We use multivariates of ads to find a winning ad, to devise a winning strategy for a client. But for the most part, we don't do that. What we do now with our company is what we call digital asset management and development, whether that's developing mobile applications, or if it's basically housing all of your digital assets and maintaining across your entire digital spectrum, from your website, to whatever your brand reputation, any and everything that has to do with digital. That's what we do. Now, so here's the story. Now, I remember the last time I actually pitched a client about doing their social media marketing for them. They told me this story, and they said, well, my cousin is getting out of prison. He had been locked up in prison for like 5 years, what they told me. He's getting out of prison, and he's gonna do my digital marketing, okay? And I said, okay, no problem. And then, of course, there were other people who told me, well, my sister can do my digital marketing because they know how to place an ad on Facebook, or they know how to place an ad on YouTube, or they know any and all these other quote-unquote skills that they've learned from someone selling a $9.97 course. Now, let me show you something. See this book right here? This is HBR. That's Harvard Business Review Guide to Project Management, right? This is Rules for Revolutionary. This is Sprint, How to Solve Big Problems and Test in 5 days. Okay. This is 500 social media marketing tips. This is the new rules of marketing and PR. This is inside marketing. This is digital marketing. This is internet marketing hour in a day. And believe me, I have tons and tons of books. Not only have I read these books, like on advanced web analytics, but I have actually gotten a degree in some of this stuff. For example, my master's at Boston is in international marketing management with a specialization of doing business in Latin America. Now, which, I got to be honest with you, with all the time and all the research that I do, and this is constantly changing. Like when I taught e-commerce, I was a facilitator at Boston University teaching e-commerce and the digital repositioning of companies. I got to tell you, those courses were hard, right? Like in the first week, students had to create a website in the first week, right? Whereas, a lot of these quote unquote self-promoted gurus will teach you how to build websites and all that. And it might take you 6 months to build a website, which really should only take you, a couple of weeks if you're like doing an extensive job. But anyway, here's the point. The days of going to school and getting the education and getting those degrees and, going out and, starting your own company and getting people like clients, it's become tougher and tougher. In other words, the business landscape has become tougher purely based on the fact that there are so many people out there who call themselves experts at things, right? I'm an expert at this. I'm an expert at that. They even have guys selling you courses that tell you that you can create courses because if there's anything that you quote unquote have a passion about, not that you really know it in detail, but you have a passion about, then you should be teaching that. But in essence, what a lot of those guys are really doing is just selling you. They're just selling you courses. That's it. They're selling you courses. They're better at putting asses in the seats in webinars than they are actually doing what it is that they're trying to sell you on being able to do. So, because there's so much saturation, okay, so many people wanting to be an entrepreneur, they get sucked into these self-promoted gurus. They buy into this and they pay the money only to be upsold once they get to a certain level. Hey, right now, if you want the private access or access to our mastermind group, pay another, say, $197. In other words, there's a constant upsell after upsell after upsell. So what ends up happening is, and now I also got to tell you this, many of these courses are basically outdated, okay? Because algorithms change, on social platforms. And, so a lot of the stuff that they've created is really outdated and doesn't necessarily work all the time. So a big hint on something or something that self-promoted gurus will try to do, especially when they're running a financial crunches. You see this quite a lot. A course that maybe they were selling for $9.97. Now they're not only selling that course, but all their other courses for only a couple of bucks, right? They're trying to generate some revenue. Just thought you should know that. But anyway, back to the point. The erosion of skill. So when you got so many self-promoted gurus selling wannabe entrepreneurs, the keys to the kingdom, promising them campaign wishes and caviar dreams, they're only selling pipe dreams, okay? And so those guys or those gals, once they take those courses, they eagerly go out and try to market themselves and sell this to business owners, right? And so what happens is business owners end up, say, if they get promises of 10x returns. In other words, if they put $1 in, for every $1 they put in, they're going to get $10 back. That's what we call return on advertising investment, right? Well, what ends up happening is they actually don't get the return that they wanted, right? And so when a company like ours, when we were really into the marketing and advertising game, when we approached them, their money's all spent up, right? And then they're mad. And so basically it makes it bad for those people who are in the industry that actually know what the hell they're doing, okay? And so the erosion of skills starts with self-promoted gurus giving you information or selling you that information for a penny. And like I said, a lot of times the information is outdated, and not only is the information outdated, even the upsell on the other information that maybe they updated information, but you got to pay extra for that. So there's a constant upsell to upsell to upsell. So when it comes to those people who've actually went to school for this, that understand advanced web analytics, that understands how to track the customer journey, that understands that there are 3 phases when it comes to marketing in general, whether it's social media marketing or internet marketing or traditional media. There's a rule of 3. If you look in the back of the Facebook business, the business advertising platform, you'll see awareness. You'll see awareness, conversion, right? So you're going from phase to phase to phase, right? You know what I mean? It's awareness. No, actually, it's awareness, consideration, and conversion. Okay. So basically, you're actually taking each potential customer along this journey. But just telling you that is not enough. Just knowing that is not enough. Let me tell you what you need to know. What you need to know is, okay, so say you've done that. Now it doesn't work. You need to know about things like, what's a $1-a-day strategy on Facebook, okay? What is multivariates of ads? A lot of these young wannabe entrepreneurs that got watered down versions of things that are supposed to be the right thing to do from self-promoted gurus end up, eroding what it is that true marketers and true business people actually do. Just because you know how to do something does not make you an expert at it. And just because you have a passion for something, it does not make you an expert at it. So I'm saying to you, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a business owner out there and you're trying to do your own thing, take the time to learn from someone who really knows, okay? Who really knows. Not someone who can show you, just a quick glimpse on TV of their increased numbers or their revenue, their sales, because it doesn't matter if you have $1 million in sales, but it took you $900,000 in advertising to get that $1 million in sales. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is profit. So why am I making this video today? I am making this video, and you are listening to this podcast because I want you to know that there is an erosion of real skill out there when it comes specifically to marketing. And also there's so many quote unquote business experts who call themselves business experts when they only picked up a course here or there. Okay. Now you could probably say the same thing about me, but I have my credentials. Okay. And I'm not saying that to impress you, but to impress upon you. When you're going to learn from somebody who actually put in the time and didn't just, they're not just riding a trend, that they know how to, adopt new ways of doing things, but adapt to the change of things that are going on in the business world. So it's just that I can't help but think about the marketing, because that is always the one thing that's popping up in all of the social feeds on how to be a social media marketer, how to run an advertising agency, how to generate leads, how to turn your agency into this huge thing, even if you don't know anything about it. And so many guys are talking about across all of the platforms how they've generated millions of dollars, but they're not telling you how much it actually took them to actually generate that $1 million in sales. So again, I appreciate everyone checking out this episode of the Startup Junkie. Be sure to check us out on all of your social platforms, because we do syndicate when we go live. And then also be sure to check us out on Spotify. Listen to our podcasts on iTunes and on TuneIn. And soon we'll have some more platforms that we'll announce. But we just wanted to share this information with you. And don't forget to like and follow us on all your social channels. There they are right there. So definitely be sure to do that. As usual, and as always, I'm AJ, your host of Startup Junkie and the CEO of Think Grids. Until next time, take care.